Whew. Anyway. Okay, so this is the abroad vlog where I will talk about my time here in Spain. This is the second video. To start, I want to talk about a little bit about my setup here. The camera is in the closet. We have a dresser in there, and that's the only thing that we have that's tall enough because we don't have a tripod. So that's how that's gonna be. I have a light here and a lamp on the floor here. And I have a recorder right down here. And that is how I'm getting sound to hopefully make it a little bit better than stock camera sound. We took a day trip to a town called Ronda. It's spelled like Ronda, but with a Spanish accent. It's like a 2-hour bus ride away from Fuengirola. We took the bus on a whim, kind of. Went there, went to the tourist office and got a pretty decent deal, like €5 to go to a bunch of different museums and stuff. So we went to this bridge, I think it's called the Puente Nuevo, something like that. And it was really pretty, had a really amazing view of the surrounding countryside. We went to the old Arabic baths that are in Ronda, and they're defunct now, but it's a little museum, and it was pretty neat. Where else did we go? We had to climb up a giant hill. After we went down the giant hill, there was a cat. We saw the cat. The cat was pretty alright. He was scared of us, so he ran away. Where else did we go? We went to a couple art museums there, and then we went to this wine museum. It was pretty lame, except for the fact that they had fountains of literal, like, taps of wine. You just turned it on, the wine would come out, and you could drink as much as you wanted. Some people asked about my school and what I do there and how I do it. Like I said in the last video, it is very different than school is back home. The teachers here, they're almost kind of forced into the job. Not that they don't want to be teachers, but it seems that a lot of my teachers don't enjoy what they do at all, which is not necessarily a good thing when it comes to being a teacher. In fact, on my first day with one teacher, in front of all of the students, she said, in English, because they're too stupid to understand her, she says, that they're all dumb, they never learn anything, all they know how to say is yes or no, and how she's been doing it for 18 years and it's been the same for 18 years, and how all students are basically stupid and will never go anywhere in life. That was fun. The only other weird thing that a teacher has done was I was reading a book about aquatic life in my 5th grade science class, and the Japanese spider crab was in this book, but everybody was confused as to what Japanese was. I couldn't just say Japan's a country and Japanese is the people and what they speak. She said Japanese is like this, Chinese is like this. I was very confused at that. I was just confused as the fact that a teacher was using that as a way to define Japanese people and Chinese people based on the slant of their eyes. It's very racist, basically, is what it boils down to. That's a thing. The students here don't respect teachers at all. They don't care what you have to say or how you say it. They don't listen generally at all. I think part of it has to do with the fact that they're slightly disillusioned by the economy here and the fact that this crisis in Spain that is very bad. In every class and every grade level I'm in 1 through 6, there's 1 or 2 kids who pay attention, who participate, who actually seem to care. And then the other 25 or so kids don't ever talk. They won't answer questions even if they are directly addressed, which it makes my job hard because I want to try and help these kids, but it's almost impossible. The students also don't do any of the work that you give them. So like homework, yeah, they have it, but they don't do it. So that's another tough thing to overcome. I'm hoping that in some capacity before the end of my time here that I'll at least be able to feel like I helped these kids in some way. There's one kid in particular, call him JM. He doesn't know any English, so he always speaks to me in Spanish, which is bad for me considering that they aren't supposed to know that I know how to speak Spanish and can understand everything they say about me, to me, or anything like that in Spanish. One day in particular, they were discussing how tall I am, because I'm basically a giant here, being 6 feet tall and weighing whatever I weigh now. I don't know. He was saying that the person sitting next to him called me tall and ugly, alto y feo. But I wasn't allowed to address the fact that I knew exactly what he was saying, which was kind of annoying. Just the other day, I had a group of girls really, say that the clothes I was wearing, being khaki cargo shorts and a Wolverine t-shirt, that they were of a past fashion and I was dressing out of style. Hurt my man feelings. What do? I am a language and culture assistant in the primary school called CEIP Santa Fe de los Boliches in Fuengirola, Spain. I work 12 hours a week. I work 10 to 2 Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and 12 to 2 on Wednesdays. I go and I engage them in conversation in English and try and teach them about American culture, as well as trying to learn about their culture. It's hard at times because they don't know much English. In the levels 1 through 4, it's very, very hard to try and communicate with them because they don't know what I'm saying or they can't communicate back. And it is in the job description that I am not supposed to speak Spanish with these kids ever at all in any circumstance, which is kind of making it worse. My job is to try and make that better, but the system here makes that very hard. So, despite the fact that I know Spanish and I understand what they're saying and I know I can respond to them if they ask me questions or say things, I'm not supposed to. I'm only supposed to talk to them in English, which is tough. On the subject of Halloween, in school, all of last week, I gave a presentation on Halloween in all of my classes, and it seemed like they all really liked it. But again, in the lower level classes, they were like, yes, Dracula, no, Frankenstein, what's a broomstick? I was also blown away by the sheer amount of them that knew, like, Freddy Krueger, or Jason, or Chucky, how all of these little, like, 5-year-olds knew who these horror movie legend icon people are at such a young age. Not that I knew Chucky. Chucky scared the shit out of me. Halloween isn't really as big of a deal here. It's a lot harder to find Halloween-related stuff to buy in a store. So a lot of the costumes were very generic, like witches and vampires and stuff like that. In my school, the whole day, they didn't do class on Halloween. All the kids were dressed up, and they put me in a giant sheet that they called a ghost outfit, so I sweat a lot. And all the kids decided, they were like, oh, you're a ghost, so we're gonna jump on your back, because you're huge too. They ended up having an assembly outside on a stage, and they called all the kids up on the stage, grade by grade, for a costume contest. I recorded quite a bit of that, so I'll throw some little clips of it in. It was a lot of fun. It was way more extravagant than any Halloween celebration I ever had in school, which was kind of nice to see. I, along with Kelsey, was a Smurf for Halloween, except they don't know what Smurfs are here because they translate everything. I have since found out that Smurfs are called pitufos. Wish I would have known that then. Kelsey and Holly and I went out with a group of like 8 witches who all had the same costume. Kelsey and I were Smurfs, so nobody knew who we were, so I was just a dick in a blue makeup. And I forgot my hat that I went out and found with Kels, specifically to complete the Smurf ensemble. And I didn't have my hat. And it was a lot of fun. And I got home at about 5 o'clock in the morning. We had gotten kebabs on the way home. Kebabs are delicious. If you haven't had one, I'm sorry. We ate these kebabs, and then I couldn't fall asleep. The kebab was not agreeing with my tummy. Heartburn for like the whole day. Anyway, it was fun, and I had a good time. Pigeons. I haven't done anything about them yet. Can't find a squirt gun. Haven't thrown rice at them yet either. Should try that instead of wasting pennies, penny flicking to try and hit these pigeons. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed my current goings on here in Spain. This has been what I've been up to in the past week or so. Keep coming back. I hope to be posting videos once every week, once every couple of weeks at the very most. Feel free to like the video, subscribe to the channel. You can check out Kelsey's channel. I'll put a link in the description down here. Maybe an annotation here. I also have a blog. It's called McGo 2.0. Check it out if you want. Thank you for watching the abroad vlog this week. See you later.